Shalom.
Shalom.
It's your brothers of Great Millstone in Charlotte. Come with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well
God.
and teach well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
It's your brother Corner Wath, and here with me.
Tazawam.
Right, and we're just doing a response, to the elder apostle Tahar. Right, he's his previous lesson that he titled "This is why we keep doing videos on this subject," because we see what IUIC and these other camps, but focusing on what IUIC has been doing is, they're subverting households, right, by teaching false doctrine, right? They're ultimately feeding the sheep, a meal that lacks nutrition. We see them giving you breakdowns of crucial prophecy that's going to lead you to destruction, man.
That's right.
So we're going to play a little bit of this video and, get into some scriptures because this is a pivotal point in prophecy and history that we're about to go into, and these men are leading these people into the graves, man.
Yep.
Where you at?
That's verse 14, Bishop.
Read.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And they gave that man Cesar Borgia the life of Christ. That's the power that they gave to it. Read that again.
And he had power to give life.
And this beast, the white man, had power to give life unto the image of Cesar Borgia. That's who he is. That's that man.
And that in itself is incorrect, man. All right, that's false doctrine. All right, that's not a part of the gospel. All right, maybe go on to that topic, right? Because what IUIC is teaching their congregation is that the image of the beast is Cesare Borgia, right? The false image of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who the world really calls Jesus Christ. All right, let's go into the proper understanding of the image of the beast. Right, this is Revelations chapter 13. And may I actually start up a little bit?
Okay.
This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? And that beast that's being made mention of here is America. Excuse me. The revitalization of that fourth beast written of in Daniel's the 7th chapter, all right, which is ancient Rome. Okay, and it said he had two horns like a lamb, speaking of the political parties, right? Which, when you go into the history of ancient Rome, right, you had the bipartisan system between the Flavians and the patricians, as you do in America, where you have the Democrats and the Republicans, right, the Republicans, right, showing that this is the first beast all over. And then it said, and he spake as a dragon. Right, going into the draconian laws, right, the draconian measures that we see is being set up to bring about that NWO, right?
Even going to that lamb is speaking on their words as a way of salvation, or peace, right? So they speak softly, but as the brother may mention, that the draconian is always behind it, man.
Yep. Verse 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was sealed. Right, again, speaking of the ancient Roman Empire. Right, the ancient Roman Empire was knocked out of power, right, in the Edomite hegemony, that power structure that existed. The Edomites went into, a state of being dormant for that 1,000-year period, which they have called, quote unquote, the Dark Ages, which when you really go into the Dark Ages, that's when you had Israelites that were in rulership over Europe, right? But then that period where that deadly wound was healed, where that beast came back into the earth, was during the start of the Renaissance period, man. That's when Esau came back into power, right? It goes on to say, verse 13, and he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Right, going into his ability to bring about atomic bombs,
Yep.
right? To those atomic bombs that hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That was a major deal, man. That changed the whole landscape of superpowers at the time of, what was that, 1940s?
Yep.
Right? That's when America, the whore that sits upon the beast, was revered.
Yep.
And seen as a formidable force that no one in the earth could fuck with. The Edomite hegemony had pretty much cemented themselves as a force of the earth, right? That no one could ever come against, right? Verse 14, pardon me. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right. So now when you go into the context of everything that we've read from 11 to 13, essentially you're seeing this beast system come into the fullness of his power. Verse 13 makes point of pretty much when America established its dominance, where America, Babylon the Great, established itself as the dominant superpower. Now when you go into the economic hitman, when you go into how Esau has enacted imperialism to go throughout the earth and to pretty much take down nations and put them under himself as vassals, as ancient Rome did, that is that image that they made those nations submit to. Right. These nations over in whatever countries it may be, they still reverence their idols, do they not? They still continue on in their witchcraft, their idolatry, right? Whatever madness that they're bugged out and involved in. But one thing's for certain, that they do is reverence the system of the ancient Roman Empire, which is the image of the beast.
Right.
Okay, they take on and they have indoctrinated themselves to the wines of this whore. Right? The doctrines, the philosophies, that is that image of the beast that's speaking. Okay? And it said at the latter, it said...
Let's read real quick.
Come on, go ahead.
This is the word image in the Adam Online Dictionary. Jumping down, it says from the Latin, imagine them, to copy, imitation, likeness.
Woo! So what was the ancient Romans doing at that point in time?
Exactly.
Where was Caesar? What was Caesar Borgia at that time? You see? You can look up, you brothers and sisters, if you have time, look up the eternal culture of Rome. It's a video, it's a 2-part video series that you can find on YouTube. And this guy literally breaks down the various parts of ancient Rome and how these practices are pushed here in America, man.
The
right?
brother, I can't remember the brother's name, but he was on live with Elder Ariella in Dallas.
Oh, from overseas?
No, it was another brother.
Okay.
But he pretty much went into how there was a quote that said history not only repeats itself, but it's more of a damn, I can't remember how exactly he said. Pretty much, it's not word for word, but the words rhyme, right? So it's following in the same sound, right? So it might not be said, spoken the same way, but it still sounds the same, right? So us seeing this representation of the Roman Empire in this Babylon the Great system, right? It might not be a direct reflection, but you see the parallels, right? You see the like we brought out the attempts to copy or imitate what was before, you know.
Yep. I'm gonna read down to verse 15 where he was at.
Okay.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause. Matter of fact, reread that definition once more that you pulled for image, Baba Kusha.
This is image in the Adam Online Dictionary. It says from Latin, imaginum, to copy, imitation, likeness.
Right, the imitation, the likeness, right? The imitation and likeness of whom? This system that this entire hegemony is built upon.
Right.
When you go into the history and culture of America's inception, the quote-unquote founding fathers, they have high revere for the ancient Romans.
Right. You even go into these Edomites today, right? They had that trend.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Edomites always think about the Roman Empire.
Yep.
Right? That's in their spirit, man. Right? It also says the meaning, the reflection in the mirror. Right? So they see Rome in themselves. Right? When they watch these docu-series and these different historical movies in regards to Roman and even Greek, right? They see themselves in that because that's the same spirits back from that time, man.
Right. Yep. Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You know? So it goes beyond Caesar Borgia.
Right.
Right? Fake white man Jesus.
Exactly.
Right? That's just a mere part of his hegemony. The system of ancient Rome is what's able to facilitate this replication that is exercised in this time. Okay? The system that we're living in is the revitalization of ancient Rome.
Right.
Okay? Not no goddamn Caesar Borgia.
Right. Like even when it says that it shall speak, right? That's talking about the different laws and what's the word? Legislations, right? That they put forth, right? It speaks through America. It speaks through NATO. It speaks through the European Union, man. Right? All these philosophies, right? All these meetings that you see taking place around the globe, right? That's the beast speaking. That's putting legislations in place, right? So that these philosophies get forwarded through the earth, man.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, this is First Maccabees 1:41, because this is the same thing that happened, you know, during the time of Antiochus. It says, Antiochus wrote unto his people, tell you, Salakia, Antiochus wrote unto his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. So what we saw then, which that was during Greek, but the Greek Empire is just that the first of the beginning of the Roman Empire, man.
Right.
It just transitioned right into Rome. Right, so everything that those Greeks believed in, the Romans agreed with and believed in, and established it. They just pushed it forward, man.
That's right.
That's why it talks about how after Alexander died and the 4 generals took place, wickedness increased in the earth, right? Because that was the beginning of Esau having ultimate power in the land, man. But the point being that the king made it to where all people had to follow in the same customs and belief systems, man. And that's the same thing that we're seeing being pushed in America, Babylon the Great. So that's the speaking of the beast, man.
That's right. Right, because you just try to conceptualize where does Caesar Borgia fit in these times, man?
Exactly.
Caesar Borgia does not have a stronghold on the masses of the people any longer because the prophets have broken down those strongholds. Right? If I may grab that right quick. It's bigger than Caesar, man. You guys are, you false prophets. You got a lot of blood on your hands, man.
Exactly.
A lot of blood. 1 Corinthians 10. And Salakia, misspoke. 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the power through Yahweh B'Shem El Shai to the pulling down of strongholds. Okay? And this is one of those strongholds that has been pulled down through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai.
Exactly.
Okay? This image of Caesar Borgia, that's not the system though.
Right.
This beast system is still exercising the image of the beast. Okay? And it's trying to reach the fullness of its sufficiency. It's trying to reach the fullness of its enterprise, which is to enact what? The implantable device.
Exactly.
Which you guys negate and say is an aspect of sin, which we're going to go into that topic as well.
Right. If I can add too, right, because the fake white man Jesus, right, Caesar Borgia, right, that's a small part of the image of the beast, right? Because the philosophy that comes attached to, right, the Edomite hegemony is the point of the image, man. Right? This is the way they want you to live. This is how they see the world being made in their image.
Yep.
You know? But I wanted to get that word for strongholds. It says Strong's G 3794, jumping now to the point of the arguments and reasonings by which a disputant endeavors to fortify his opinion and defend it against his opponents. You know, so these are those strongholds, right? This is just a small part of the stronghold, right? This is a small part of the arguments. You know, the fortifications that they've built up to hide the truth, right?
Yep.
You know, the image of Caesar Borgia is just a small portion of that, man.
Right. Because, hey, look at what's going on in the world. These people are blatant Satanists, man. They are out here making mockery of everything and anything pertaining to the scriptures, man.
Right.
Okay. Now, if this is so vital to the image, why would they have this be on blast, on mockery?
Exactly.
Right? Because the power structure of the ancient Roman Empire is that image that's speaking.
Yep.
Okay? Caesar Borgia been dead.
Right.
You go to half of these churches around the world, they're talking about it's an exodus out of the church house, the church houses, right? Or as the brothers talk about the whore houses, right? Because these people have no light in these churches, man. The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is in the earth, breaking all that shit apart, man.
Exactly.
It's bigger than this.
And like the Elder Yashawamba says, the Christian church is just a well-kept monument of failure. Right? It's just an ever-present reminder, right, of how far, Jake has, failed to come, man. Right? How deeply they find themselves, right, submitting to their oppressors, man.
That's right.
But I wanted to get this before we continued in the lesson or in the video.
Come on.
Because these men continuing to give you, faulty breakdowns, for lack of better terms, man, it's a detriment to all the believers out there, man.
Yep.
Because we understand that there are people who listen to all the camps. So now they're getting the notion that the picture of so-called white Jesus is the image of the beast. And as we'll read on, these men are gonna tell you that sin is the mark of the beast, and we know these things not to be true, man, right? And it's being made evident through what you see in the news, man. So they're not preparing their congregations for what's to come.
That's right.
Now this is the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 10. It reads, I'll read in the NLT. For there are many rebellious people who engage in useless talk and deceive others. And this is rebellion, man. Right? Rebellion, the word goes into to declare war against order, man.
Right.
And that's what you see taking place, because the breakdown has gone out time and time again, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, dealing with our elders and apostles on down, right? But these men continue to rebel against that establishment, man.
Right. And Jake want to talk about sin, right? What is rebellion akin to? Witchcraft.
Exactly.
And what are we to do? Not suffer or wish to live. So you guys have a lot of blood on your fucking hands, mingling the scriptures for your own vain gain.
Right. It says, this is especially true of those who insist on circumcision for salvation. And that goes back to those who think that keeping the law is the way you're going to get saved, man.
Right.
Those that think, your ability to abide by the commandments is going to allow you to get on a chariot, man.
Exactly.
Right? Those who tend to negate Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, are the men that are speaking about, man.
Yep.
It says, verse 11, they must be silenced, right? So these messages, like the Apostle Tahar had titled his lesson, just going back to it. So let me pull up, I can't remember it. But he said, this is why we keep doing videos on this subject, right? Because we have to put this out there, because there are sincere believers who are hearing this nonsense, right? And are being swayed, right? Because like it says, because they must be silenced because they are turning whole families away from the truth by their false teaching, and they do it only for money. Man. And if you look at the screen, they got the PayPal right here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just donated. Whatever, $50, $25, however much they
$30. APTTMH.
Exactly, bro. But they do this because ultimately they've been contracted to do so. Right? These men are under strict orders from Esau through that 501c3 charter, right? To negate the truth.
That's right.
And in doing so, they're leading whole households to damnation, man.
That's right.
Think so?
Now I was gonna say that's why the scriptures highlight to look well into your goings, right? You have to look into the truth of the matter. One of the things that our elders and apostles have echoed the sentiment of, which is scriptural. They've always said, don't just go off of what you hear us say. Look into it. That's scriptural.
Okay.
Paul esteemed the church of Berea to be more noble than the church of Thessalonica. Why was that? Because the scriptures speak about how they were ready to receive the word, right? But roughly paraphrasing, they're still gonna fact check it. Mm-hmm. The church of Berea they were ready to receive the truth, but they didn't just take it for face value, man.
Exactly.
And that's why we do these epistles, because look, this is no light matter, as Quanawal said. These are major prophecies that this congregation is leading their people to misunderstand. Mm-hmm. This is major. Jay, you talking about the MOTB. Have you read Revelations 14:9 through 10? The judgment that's going to befall those that take that device?
Right.
And niggas is talking about is sin.
But see, yeah, if they go into that, then they have to try to equate sin to a grievous sore, or sin to those who aren't going to get onto the chariots, man. We sin every day. We're gonna let the video play because it's
Con.
It's more madness.
Really pose for Christ. He usually posed for the image of Christ. White man. Alive. The book of Revelation tell you they have hair like wool, woolly hair with skin so dark looked like it was burnt in a furnace. So where in the world they come up with this Charles Manson looking image from? Read that again.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
So what did Esau do? They said that we're gonna take Caesar Borgia, the second son of Alexander the Sixth of Rome, and we're gonna make him Jesus, and we're gonna tell the world that this is Jesus Christ and make them all believe that. That's Charles Manson. They showed to him.
Now you go on Google. If you Google in this man's system who he is, it's gonna explain that to you perfectly, and there's gonna even be articles that touch on how that's the false image of the Messiah. Mm-hmm. Did that tear down the image of the beast? Is the image of the beast not still speaking right now?
Exactly.
Regardless of Caesar Borgia being exposed as a lie? Mm-hmm. You guys don't put together the whole picture.
Right. Because when the World Health Organization ultimately tells people they have to get an implantable device, that's the beast speaking, man. That's
exactly.
The image of the beast telling you that you have to take this in order to continue your life in society, man.
Right.
Right.
Because the society is tied to that system of operating.
Exactly.
It's this whole system of how they want to operate things is based upon that model. Not no fucking Caesar Borgia. He's out of there, man. Right. They don't even fucking care about Caesar Borgia.
Yeah.
It's played out. That card has already been extinguished. It's exhausted.
Right.
They on to the next. Salaki.
This is a convicted murderer, helter-skelter killer in the 70s. There's your Jesus right there. And we gave him a weekend furlough to let him come on our program so we can let you see. Okay, get it here. We're about to send him back now. The transport bus is waiting to take us behind back to jail. Read on.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
So the life that they gave Charles Manson was the life of Jesus Christ. Made you think that this was Jesus. That's the image of the beast. Read.
That the image of the beast should both speak.
How did this image speak? They put it in your movies. Put it in your cartoons. They find an actor look just like this and say, this is Jesus. And here's your kids.
But see, this is someone who's speaking, right, without understanding. You
Yep.
know, it really sounds like he's just making it up as he's going along.
Right.
You know, the Charles Manson nonsense. They use whatever actors to portray Caesar Borgia, right? This has nothing to do with
Right.
Revelation 13. Any of Revelation 13, period. But
Exactly.
specifically, 14 through 16, man.
Right. Because this again, the image of the beast. The beast is NATO, EU, and America. This is a power structure. How can a power structure operate and gain control over the earth and reverence a system of thinking based upon a fucking image of Caesar Borgia?
Picture, right?
You're talking about the ability to bend the minds to your will. Govern. Speaking of control, meant going into mind control.
Exactly.
They've built this government off of the ideals and customs of the ancient Roman system. Not no goddamn Caesar Borgia, Hollywood. That's a part of the system.
Exactly. And you look, there are nations who don't believe in white Jesus, who follow after the system of America, NATO, and the European Unions, man. Right? They follow the image of the beast.
That's
you
right,
go
brother.
into India, they follow the image. You go into China, they follow the image. But they believe in different religions, man.
Exactly. Big ass Buddha head statue floating in fucking I don't know where. But I guarantee you one thing, they're gonna reverence that system of ancient Rome.
Exactly.
Christianity talking about, oh, Jesus said, love the little children. And it's Charles Manson. Got nothing to do with Jesus. Read.
And caused
Yeah, that's how he speaks. Talk about the passion of the Christ. And all of the actors look just like this thing is, because that was an image of Cesare Borgia. That's not an accident. They can't get just a regular white man. They got to look a particular way to mimic Cesare Borgia. Look him up. Read.
that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Meaning, if you don't worship the white man Jesus, they say you're going to hell. That's what they tell you in your Christian, your dope house.
Now, when it speaks on that, listen, we'll get it again.
I got it. It's like Revelation chapter 13 and verse 14. And deceive them that dwell on the earth. I jumped down one verse. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. So to worship, you have to do what, man? You have to bow, right? Brought that.
The water.
You have to bow yourself, right? You have to submit to something, right? And what they're asking you to do is to submit to these customs, to this way of life, right? To the coming technocracy, right? This is what they want you to bow to. And when it talks about being killed, it's not talking about being sent to hell, which is another false doctrine that these people, these men teach, man. Right? When it says kill, that word kill means to deprive of life, right? And you go to the word deprive, it means to withhold something from another. So they're holding you back, right, from society. They're separating you from being able to participate in what would ultimately be your livelihood.
Yep.
You know? So that's what happens when you refuse to bow to this image, man.
This is called Christian churches. Read. What verse you in?
That was verse 15.
Read. Come on.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
That's what I was talking about earlier. In their right hand and in their forehead. Meaning to do sin and think sin. That's all it's talking about. Ain't talking about some microchip. That bull crap out of your head. Ain't no microchip gonna make you sin. People stupid as hell.
Look, man, this is how you know these men are compromised, man. You know, because they see the videos coming out of, Great Millstone and those who believe in the same doctrine, right? In regards to the MOTB being that implantable device, that microchip, man. Right? And they see it and hear it, and now they have to play the what's the word? Pretty much the opposite side. They're being ordered to come and give a contrary doctrine because they know that they have a large following, man. And they know the majority of Israelites, are window shopping, like the Apostle Tahar made mention of, man.
Yep.
Right? So they have to provide a juxtaposition, to the truth that comes out.
Yep.
But we can get that just to,
Con. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right. Now, when you go into that word causeth, right? Let me pull it up here. It says, and he causeth all.
You want me to get the word?
I got it right here. Okay. So this is the word causeth. It's Strong's G 4160. And when you jump down to the point, it says to make, to i.e. constitute or appoint one anything, to appoint or ordain one that, right? So they make it constitutional, right? They put legislations forward. Why? So that it becomes necessary for you to maintain your livelihood that you take this device, man.
Right.
Right? They say you can't take it if you're rich, or you have to take it rather. You have to take it if you're rich. You have to take it if you're poor. You have to take it if you're in jail. You have to take it if you're free. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're in debt, you got to take it. If you're free from debt, you got to take it.
Right.
There's no way you're going to be able to continue with society without it. And there's a litany of articles that have come out over the last couple of years that have told you, look, this is going to be required in order for you to maintain the society.
Right. Right. There's even, again, like adding to the brother Quanawal's point, you have forums, summits, where you have these people that are in positions of prominence that regulate the ability to exist within these markets, that are telling you, look, we're in a unique position. There was a video that came out, I want to say about 2 years ago, of a woman that was a part of the WEF, and she said we're in a unique position to really enact these changes. They're pushing for a digital entryway to buy and sell. Okay? That's a part of this system. That's a part of the image. Okay? This is all encompassing the beast, this hegemony, the mark, the image. Okay? The beast, this is all encompassing, man.
You want to get that?
God. Now, when you look up in the commentary, in the David Guzik commentary of Revelations 13 and 16, he says, he causeth all to receive a mark. It says, under the government of the beast and his associate, all will be given a mark. Without the mark, without the mark, one will not be able to participate in the economy. No one may buy or sell except one who has the mark of his name.
Now, how do you buy and sell with sin?
Mm-hmm.
Please explain that. They don't explain that.
Right.
They never touch that one bit, man. They'll jump all over the place, jump from precept to precept, but they can't give you one scripture that talks about being able to buy or sell using sin.
Yep.
Because sin is just a part of everyday life. We've been made subject to sin, man. That's what grace is for.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if it was sin, then we would all have the mark of the beast right now, man.
Right.
Yep,
we would have been doomed before we even got started. Because the scriptures speak about, if I may right quick, the scriptures speak about the judgment of those that take the mark. Right? This is Revelations 14 and 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, right? Again, you reverencing your service to the system of the ancient Roman Empire being exercised through NATO, EU, and America that forwards an anti-Hamashiach hegemony, right? Those that go down and partake in this, it says, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, right? That implantable device. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And what is that wrath? The second death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the thermonuclear destruction of America, Babylon the Great. Alright, it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Again, speaking of the second death.
That's it.
But jumping back to the commentary, I actually want to read verse 17 and jump back to the commentary.
Okay.
Revelations 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, which again is an all-encompassing system, right? If you want to be able to partake and enter in to this NWO, to continue your worship of the image of the beast, to continue your existence in this beast system, this is the device that's going to be placed upon those that are going to partake as a NARK of being able to exist within the markets, right? Going further into the commentary, it says, since the Greek word used for MARK, charagma, isn't generally applied to people, some have taken this as a symbolic mark. But a literal mark needed to buy or sell is certainly conceivable and practical. Okay?
That's it right there.
Because, you, like you said, brother, there's articles coming out.
Exactly.
The UBI, the aspect of the cyber threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Centralizing currency all into one platform. The new age technology of transhumanism, biometrics, right? The stage is set right now for this to be applied. It goes on to say the technology to give people an MARK that enables them to buy and sell an electronic economy is available. So is it refutable? No. This is here. This technology is not a farce. This shit is, this is not science fiction.
Right.
This technology is not inconceivable, man. It's in your face.
Exactly.
It says there are many different ways it could happen, and such programs are proposed and tested constantly.
And what do we see taking place, man? Over in China, them doing the what's it called, social credit score system, right? Which is going to be attached to the mark. What we see taking place in Canada, right? They're implementing a social credit score, right? The brother made mention of the cyber attacks, right? They just had everyone's social security numbers get leaked, right? So they're going to use these fear tactics to, like the scripture say, then when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, right? People are going to be put back into that comfort zone because they're going to think, well, I have this device in me now. I'm safe. My information is safe. My livelihood is safe, right? But then sudden destruction, as the brother read in Revelation 14, man.
That's right. Yep. That was it. The commentary.
We'll just finish up the last little bit of this nonsense.
The white man puts a thought in your mind to make you think that sin is pleasurable. And you end up thinking it and you end up doing it. That's the mark being in your head and in your hand. Okay? So now, go to Ezekiel now.
And he's about to bring up Ezekiel 9, going into the mark being the the mark of exemption. He's going to butcher that as well. But that was the point of what we wanted to touch on, man. This is the like Apostle Tahar said, man. This is why we have to go into this, man. Right? This is why we always have to touch on this topic. Is because there are men out here who are specifically set up to deceive the sheep, man. Now we can get this here. Romans 16 and 17.
I got it right here.
Okay.
Romans chapter 16 and verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned.
Oh, it said Mark, brother. It said Mark. No, but see,
I got the word right here for Mark. When you look up the word mark in the Greek concordance, it's skopeo.
Mm-hmm.
It says, now notice, we've read Mark in Romans, the 16th chapter. We've read Mark in Revelations, the 13th chapter. The brother, the IUIC member goes in to read Ezekiel 9 and 4. Mm-hmm. All of these words have different application. Think, Jake. We as a people of all people should know that we use words in different contexts.
Exactly.
Okay? But it goes on to say, Mark in the Greek concordance is skopeo, it says means to fix one's eyes on or observe. Okay? So what is that? You're marking reprobates, man.
Exactly.
It says, and avoid them. Verse 18, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, but their own bellies, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple.
Man. And this is what's happening, man. The hearts of the simple are being deceived, right, through these men. That's why, like Apostle Tahar said, man, this is why we keep doing videos on this subject, right? For those, the hearts of the simple that have been deceived, for them to get the correct breakdowns, man, the correct understanding, right, on these extremely pertinent situations, man.
Yep.
Right? This is the most important prophecy, right, that there is.
Yep.
You take this device, you
It's
set
game
your,
over.
it's game over. Yeah.
Just count your days, count your hours, count your minutes, count your seconds. Because when them missiles come off out of them silos and go into the firmament, come back down and touch the earth, you're not gonna have anything to help you. Because this is the judgment of those that take that device. And as we are set up as prophets of Yahweh Bashim El Shai to preach the gospel, the true good news, because there is one good news, we have to also mark those that cause division. This individual, all of these various camps, because one thing too I want to add, one thing that I've been noticing in the spirit is that a lot of these guys have been breaking down this precept this way. They've been in different camps, this unity camp, bullshit spirit. They've been breaking down these scriptures incorrectly in unity, man.
Yep.
So, you guys that are claiming to be prophets and teachers of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, they don't even call upon the names of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. They make mockery of it.
Right.
But these guys that claim to be prophets of Israel, if you're not teaching the word 100%, hey man, the Lord is going to remove you.
That's it.
And we're preparing our congregation through the power and grace of Yahweh Bashim El Shai to be ready to face these things, man.
That's it. I'm going to read this in the NLT and then we can close with
Okay.
everything else. This is Romans 16:17 in the NLT. Now I make one more appeal. Look, and every video you see is an appeal, right? A cry out to the believers out there, right? My dear brothers and sisters, watch out for people who cause divisions and upset people's faith by teaching things contrary to what you have been taught.
Mm.
Stay away from them, right? So this camp hopping nonsense, right? Going back and forth, you know, ear hustling over there, right? You know, you coming over here, getting your mind all twisted up over there, and then coming back asking us questions, right? You just stay over there, right? Either stay over there or stay over here. That's the point we're getting to, man. Because it's too tight. You know, time is getting, of the essence, man. It says, and stay away from them. Such people are not serving Hamashiach, our Lord. So they're not serving Yahweh Shai, man. Like it says, they are serving their own personal interest. By smooth talk and glowing words, they deceive innocent people, man. And that's what you see taking place, right? Specifically with IUIC, right? But all these, camps that push false doctrine, right? They're teaching for their own interest, right? They're teaching to fill their own bellies. You see, again, they got the PayPal links, right? You scan the QR code, make your donations, and all that nonsense, man.
Yep.
Right? So that's why it tells you stay away from these men. Not only because of that, but because they're teaching things contrary to the truth, man. Right? The truth that you have learned. If you're listening to Great Millstone, you've been exposed to the truth.
That's right.
So if you go anywhere else, guess what you're not getting? The truth.
Yep.
So you've been given strict commandment to stay away from these men, right? Because all they do, or all they're set up for, is to deceive you, man.
That's right. Because like the brother had made mention of, you go to GMS, you receive the truth. Starting with the head, apostles, elders, and bishops on down, right? Along with the affiliate brothers that teach the truth, the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim El Shai and sincerity. Hey, that's where the truth resides, man. Not with all of this other nonsense, man.
Exactly.
Because one thing's for certain, the Lord is going to make proof of who's right and who was wrong.
I'll get that and Malachi.
Malachi 3:18.
God. And we'll close with that.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that in the NLT too. That's good too.
This is Malachi chapter 3 and verse 18. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth Yahweh Shem Shai and him that serveth not. Okay? And that servitude is tied to what? The truth.
Exactly.
You know? Teaching things as they were taught unto us. Right? Which is the 100% truth. That we believe in through faith is the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, and his will is clearly speaking before our eyes.
Right. Like your scriptures say, it's time for thee, O Lord, to work, for that may void thy law. Right. We're watching the Lord working as we speak, man.
That's right.
And part of him working is allowing Esau to establish this beast system, man. Right. For him to push this image, for him to ultimately constitute and mandate that you receive this implantable device, man. Right? Now I want to read this in the David Guzik commentary from Malachi 3:18. It says, one day this dilemma will be cleared up. In the end, the distinction between the righteous and the wicked will be evident. So, these men are going to keep teaching false doctrine, right? They're not going to stop on our account, But in the end, it's going to be made evident who was teaching truth, man, right? Who was giving you the 100% truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, and who wasn't, man. But that's it, man. Like Apostle Hart, this is just a response to this is why we keep doing the videos on this subject, man. Right? The MOTB, because we have men, camps, breaking these scriptures down wrong and leading their congregations to ultimately damnation, man. That second death, being that nuclear fire. So, anything else? Hey, so we pray our lessons edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We want to close by giving our praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai, Shem Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.